Okay, so I just took this trade on NQ. It was a break even, but in hindsight, I definitely should have just not been greedy and taken full profit here instead of trying to leave runners to the equilibrium of the higher time frame price leg. But basically, going into this day, bigger time frame buy model has been complete now. And okay, what is this? Literally, what is this? Bigger time frame buy model has been complete. So eventually, I'm expecting to see some sort of move lower. And going into the market open, we had a bearish SMT with this high here, which is previous day's high. Don't know why this is all jacked up right now, but bearish SMT was intact going into market open. At market open, which is here, we kind of start to chop around, and there was like this bearish imbalance here that was like a 3-minute that I was basically like, since the bigger time frame SMT was already here, I was kind of looking at this 3-minute bearish gap here and saying, like, if we can sweep these highs like this candle did here, like this purple candle right here, I was like, if we can sweep these highs and then get an inverse for value gap to the downside, I could take this short. I think I can take this short because ES was working out of a bearish 15-minute gap, and then NQ was working out of this bearish 3-minute, and the bigger time frame SMT was still intact, and then we had all of this internal sell side here, this sell side here, and then this untapped 15-minute fair value gap. And keep in mind, the bigger time frame price leg needs to get rebalanced. So that was basically my thought. But as you can see, we ended up trading higher, sweeping the AM high. So the pre-market high actually gets swept out. Also, this high here had already been swept out. So pre-market high gets swept. We have internal manipulation now on NQ. ES does not take this high, so this is also a bearish SMT right here. And then the highest time frame for value gap on this price leg here, this manipulation price leg, was actually a 2-minute, and it was very small, but you can see it right here. This is the highest time frame. So I slapped a short here of 3 contracts, put my stop here, and my main target initially was the 15-minute fair value gap, and this is where I was going to take my full position off. As you can see, if we go to the 15-minute time frame, this is the untapped gap that had not been tapped yet. So notice we have this 15-minute here, but this had already been tapped pre-market at 7:30. So I was looking to see the market go towards an area that you can expect the market to go, which is what? A fair value gap, right? What is the market constantly doing? We're constantly moving from external liquidity to internal liquidity, and then vice versa. We will be in internal and then target external. So I'm wanting to see the market go to a place that it has not been yet that would make sense for the market to go to. And what is that? This untapped 15-minute fair value gap. Now, where the mistake I made and where I went wrong on this trade was I got a little bit greedy once I see the market start to go in my direction, like here, when we start to sell off. I move my stop from the high to break even, and I basically say I think there's a lot of room to the downside, because I mean, if we're looking at the 1 hour, as you can see, there is a lot of room to sell off if we wanted to. I mean, some days we might even just go to this internal low, like, you never know, especially on a Friday with a TGIF. So I was pretty much just got a little bit greedy, and I thought maybe I can just let this run. It's kind of, you can, it's a matter of opinion whether or not it's a good decision, because I mean, sometimes this will play out and you will catch a very large move if you find yourself in a situation where the market has a lot of room to the downside and you're just trying to short. You can just sometimes, like, once the first few like targets get taken, just move your stop to break even and see if you can't catch like just some massive runner. But that's pretty much what I did. Instead of taking it off at the 15-minute, I left it running to equilibrium of this price leg. I tried to leave my trade running to this point here, and as you can see, we clearly did not go down there. We tapped the 15-minute holds bullish, and I got stopped out at break even. And then here are the executions here. As you can see, this is where I took my short on this 2-minute candle that inverted the highest time frame gap, and then this was the candle here that stopped me out at break even, which was like right here. And I want to see where the market goes. You could honestly expect to see higher at this point because of this displacement move. So I would expect to see higher here, since the higher time frames are technically still bullish. But I mean, maybe we want to sell off. Who knows? Okay, it looks like we kind of end up taking the low and then chopping around. But I mean, you get the gist. Good trade overall, very good trade. It got break even stopped because I got a little bit greedy. Should have just been good with the 15-minute, especially like kind of looking here. Notice like pretty much the biggest fair value gap on here on the 5-minute is right here. So I mean, if the market's going to reverse, you can expect it to be from right here, Because keep in mind that higher time frames are still extremely bullish. I mean, okay, that's atrocious. Yes, the the drawn liquidity has been taken out now. The buy side drawn liquidity has been taken out, but you can't just automatically be bearish just because the high has been taken here. You can't just automatically assume we're going here. You have to wait for the market to tell you. So yes, the buy side liquidity has been taken out, but I will continue to be bullish until proven otherwise, until proven wrong. So I'm not just going to say, oh, buy side's been taken, let me start shorting until the market starts to run through bullish gaps on the bigger time frame. At that point, I can look to take shorts. But as long as bigger time frame structure holds bullish and bullish order flow stays king, I will continue to be bullish on the smaller time frames. So